o'clock, 21.1 degrees. Very, very close to my prediction of 22 degrees. I don't think it's going to get any higher. I really, really don't. Just messing around with the microphone just to be sure that we can get everything in. And we're going to kick it off. We really, really are. So for everybody out there, here we go. And this is fun. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and welcome back to the Gas Show. Absolutely loving it, because we were supposed to do this particular interview, I think October, November last year, when we started having a few technical issues, and well, everything's been sorted out. Taken a little while to do so, but unfortunately a lot of it was out of our hands. In fact, one of our desks, would you believe, was acquired, if you want to put it like that, by a number of pirates in a sea miles away from us. So believe me, we weren't impressed, so we ended up going to England to get another desk while we get the proper desk remade. So believe me, you're going to have to hang in there. Today we're talking, of course, to Dave Michael, coming out of Orlando, Florida, out of the band Creation 5. Very, very excited about that. And at the same time, want to give a big shout out to Michael Zdanowicz, who is the manager and absolute extraordinaire man in his own right, coming out of Galaxy Class Entertainment's Orlando, Florida as well. So we're going to get things underway as soon as I can get this up. Loving the photo too, by the way. In the meantime, let's do this. And we're going to kick it off with Dave Michaels and Creation 5, First Kiss. This is one of your most requested tracks. Loving it. Entertainment, Orlando, Florida. So Dave, while that's kicking off, my friend, we will have a quick little chat, see how things are going with you. By the way, I'm loving the toys you've got in the background there. That's a bit of me.
Yeah, this is the Studio Live USA.
I kind of figured it might have been. I really did. Welcome along too, by the way. It's an absolute pleasure to have you, my friend.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, I just want to turn this up just a fraction, if you don't mind. I'm hard of hearing. I can hear women, but that's about it. I know I can hear women. I've got a voice in my head, Dave. Honestly, it's my on-air producer. She gives me stats, bits of information, all that sort of stuff while we're going through this. So if you see me making a funny body gesture to one side, she's probably talking while you are too, so I apologise about that. Thing is, she's my wife. So I've got to be nice.
Yeah, you better be.
Well, either that or she's got something really heavy that she can throw at me, and she does often. She really does. Minute and a half to go. What are we going to do with this? Here. And yeah, unfortunately we've got a new desk, so bear with me, we're still learning the bloody thing, to be honest with you.
That's fine. Yeah, I kind of hear the song.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy. Oh my gosh, got a stinger going. Sorry about that, guys. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107fm. It's a little rusty, I've got to be honest with you. Been a number of months since I've done this, but today, believe me, really excited because we're meeting up with a very good friend of ours. Well, if he hasn't been before, he's going to be now. And of course, we're talking about Dave Michael. Good morning, Dave. Nice to have you on board. Welcome to Galaxy.
Good morning, Grant. Good morning, Barbara.
It is an absolute pleasure. Now, let me just get that going for you. There we go. It is an absolute pleasure to finally meet you, Dave. And believe me, you've been a huge sensation here at Galaxy, especially through the breakfast show. Everybody seems to love First Kiss. Now, believe me, I want to know the skinny on this one. Give me the whole guts. Where did First Kiss come from? Who was the lady that you were kissing?
Well, it's in general, it could be about, I like to make songs where it can apply to anybody, you know, but it's about early on in a relationship, you know, and of course the guy was, you know, love at first sight, and it took the girl a little while to kind of catch on, but then once he kissed her, then it, you know, it was over. So
yeah. Now, was it over for her or was it over for him?
No, that's when it all started for both of them. It was just beginning, but it's not really about any particular person.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay, well, it seems like the world, and believe me, we have on average about 5 million listeners per hour, literally. It seems like these people have absolutely connected to you and your music. They love First Kiss. We have, what, 3,763 requests for it since we've been playing it. So believe me, that's an impressive number to be able to get in the mornings. And of course, you play regularly every morning on our breakfast show. I've got to thank you, believe me, for, and I've got to thank Michael Zdanowitz as well from Galaxy Class Entertainment for passing on your music. You've made a huge sensation here at Galaxy, and we really appreciate that. At the same time, we're going to run down through this. Things We Do is coming up. Out of Control is in there as well, as The Word Is Good. Loving that one. And of course, your latest one, Everything's Alright. But got to ask you, just off the top of the list, anything new coming in the near future?
Oh yeah, we're working on. The band has some different members since First Kiss. Still, the nucleus of the band is the same, but we had a sax player on that album, and we don't have the sax player anymore. I mean, we're still good friends. Gregory Seal was the sax player. You want me to run down the band for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's give a shout out for each and every one of you.
I want to give him, you know, the guy that helped me start the band is my keyboard player, Jay Newcomer, and he's a good vocalist as well. I'm really lucky. Everybody in the band sings. I do most all the lead vocals and do the majority, if not all, of the writing. But I'm mainly the guitar player with the band, but Jay Newcomer plays keys and sings. I have Jimmy Smith, who I've known since I was 16 years old, as my bass player, and he sings well. And then we have Keith Coville on drums. He's probably the newest member, but we're working on a new album right now. We have a new song I'd like to send you maybe in a month or so. It's called Strange Colors.
Absolutely, Dave. We would love to receive it. Pass it through Michael, of course, and we'll be more than happy to be able to promote not only Creation 5, but your brand spanking new single. Now, at the same time, a new drummer, and well, believe me, when I first started music, the first instrument that I learned to play was actually a saxophone.
Ah.
Yeah, but the ladies wouldn't believe me when I said I didn't believe in premarital sex.
And that's funny.
That's the truth. It really was. You know, they go, no, you do believe in it, I'm sure. You know what I mean? So I never got anywhere. But I did find out one thing through the years, Dave. The one thing I can guarantee that women want in the world, that is security.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me, every time I approach one in a nightclub, that's the first word out of their mouth. Security! Yeah, okay, moving on. It's just the things we do, really, isn't it? Now, tell me about this track, because believe me, fascinating track. Absolutely love it. Let's get down and dirty on this one, because I really, really want to find out how you put the lyrics of this together.
Of which song?
Things We Do.
Oh, well, a lot of the things are taken from the Bible. We don't really call ourselves a Christian band, but all the music I write I insist on it being positive. There's always a positive message there, whether it's a romance, a relationship, or whether it's just, things in general. But I just try to spread some positive energy. There's enough negative energy going on, and a lot of the words and things we do are just actually right out of the Bible. But I try not to quote too many scriptures, because I want to, it's all about love, really. Whatever you want to call it. But I don't want to preach to people, because I know some people don't want to hear that.
Well, yeah, that's true. Believe me, I get a lot of that myself. So hang in there, Dave. But right now, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, talking to Dave Michael, coming out of Creation 5. Here's Things We Do.
I'm surprised they played that.
Are you?
No, I'm glad.
Yeah, no, nice.
You want, as long as it's ours.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Stephen John Ireland is joining us this morning as well. Nice to have you on board, Steve. It really, really is. Absolutely loving this right now. Catching up with our very, very good friend. Well, he's going to be a very good friend anyway, Dave Michael. And, of course, in the background there, you might be able to hear Michael Zdanowitz from Galaxy Class Entertainments, all coming out of Florida. Absolutely love Florida.
There he is.
There he is.
Hi, guys.
Hey, bro. By the way, I like the sunglasses on your profile.
Okay, I'll go get them. Maybe they'll cut down on reflection.
You look very rock star. You really, really do. Alice Walker is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Alice. It really, really is. CC Critter's in there too. You got to watch out for that guy. You really do. By the way, Dave, you're not a vegetarian by any chance, are you?
No, but I eat very little meat, especially red meat.
Okay, so you're not a vegan, are you?
No, I'm not a vegan. I could still eat some chicken and turkey and stuff, but...
Okay, all right. Because for the last couple of years, Dave, I've been trying to come to the bottom of this particular question. Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
Yes.
You have. Is it made of real vegans or not?
Kind of afraid how to answer that.
Is it made of real vegans or not?
I hope not.
Well, yeah, exactly. Nobody has been straight up with me and saying yes or no. No, I don't know. You know what I mean? But believe me, I was upset when I found out that Girl Guide biscuits weren't made of real Girl Guides either, you know? So, what can you do? But I tell you what, Dave.
Let's put it this way. I've tried some plant-based food.
Fair enough. The wife was going to put an advert in the newspaper the other day saying, hey, look, she's got a lawn out there for all the vegans and everybody, you can come along with your scissors, have a free meal. That's right, and you know something? I got to turn the mic, I got to turn the mic on to make it work. I'm not used to turning the mic off every time. Got to leave this room as a live room, otherwise all sorts of weird and wonderful things could be transpired down the line. It really could. Today we're talking to Dave Michael, and Dave, absolute pleasure to have you with us, my friend. Really, really is. And now we've discussed whether or not there's new music coming out. There's a new album coming out as well. Alice Walker says, Lamo, love it. Fair enough. But believe me, I've got a few more for you coming up through this as well. Having said that, nothing's completely out of control. Now, tell me about Out of Control, because believe me, we're loving this particular track.
Well, it's certainly, if you can't tell, it's kind of 80s influenced. But I like big production, you know, lots of good guitar work, big vocals. The subject matter, I think if you hear the song, you'll know what it's about. It's another relationship song where there's a certain lady, or if it applies to the ladies, a certain gentleman. I try to make, a lot of my songs are written about specific people, but a lot of it's third person. You know, I like to write songs where it could apply to anybody if they've ever been in a relationship like that. They're crazy over somebody and they're out of control because, you know, they get excited.
We call that hormones.
Yeah.
We call that overactive hormones. Unfortunately, I think I'm a little over that myself, which is a shame, really. I used to enjoy my youth, to be very honest with you. But believe me, my wife won't let me anymore. Hey, no, she won't. So believe me, I get that. I really, really do. Absolutely love the feel of the 80s style to it. Kind of can relate, if you know what I mean. Used to be a DJ in a nightclub way back through the 80s, and that would fit the scene perfectly. It really, really would. Having said that, our staff love this track more than anything, and that means a lot, because we're all like-minded around here, and to pick one of your tracks out, believe me, I asked the staff literally way back in the day when we first were going to do the interview, what is their favourite song? Hasn't changed from there. It's completely out of control. I got to be honest with you, my friend. It really, really is. And it makes a huge impact here at Galaxy. People are asking for it like crazy. So it would be remiss of me if I didn't include it into this. So you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, talking to Dave Michael from the band Creation 5, Out of Control, right here at Galaxy. Are we going with this? Yes. Yep. Okay. Gosh, it's Barbara, right? With that Wandy thing, I've got to let you know, it's a hard hat area. It really is. Oh, she's quick. You've got to move out of the way or you'll cop one. Boom. You know what I mean? So there she goes. There she goes again. She really does. I've got a little buggy thing flying around.
Yeah, no, it got me a few times.
Is that a selfie stick?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not selfie.
Yeah.
I notice everybody on Facebook these days are having problems with their what is it, the
landscape,
landscape on it. It's only working in one direction these days. I wonder what AI's done, literally. Oh, by the way, Dave, do you remember William Shatner?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk.
Yeah, James T. Kirk. I see that in Canada and America, they've refused to sell his line of lingerie. They've actually made him call all of his lingerie back.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
Well, Shatner Panties isn't a good name, is it?
Hey, I'm starting to catch on to you, Grant.
Well, I did warn you, there's a bit of humour involved in this, literally. Oh, by the way, is your grandfather still alive?
No.
No, mine either, but I got to be honest with you, Dave, I do remember his last words to me before he passed.
Okay.
Yeah, are you still holding the ladder?
Wow.
Come on, Michael, you're going to have to give me some new material, please.
We have to work something out, man. We have to work something out.
Absolutely. Dave's crying here. He's going, what have you done to me, Mike? Come on. You put me in front of a Kiwi.
This would be fun.
Yeah.
My grandfather was a carpenter, so he certainly had ladders.
Very cool. Very, very cool. You are religious, right?
I believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. My question is, when he went
But
to...
somehow religion kind of rubs me funny.
Yeah, okay,
you know.
well, I've got a question. When he took the bros out for dinner, why did he ask for, 2 tables? Because they all sat on one side. Couldn't they sit on the other side as well?
Oh, my Oh, gosh.
At the end of the night, he said to everybody, come on, guys, drink up, be merry, for tomorrow Judas is taking me to see 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, wow.
You will survive this, Dave, you will. Honest, I promise.
Well, if they would all been on the same, on both sides, then he wouldn't have the attention of everybody. You know?
Well, I don't know. There's nothing like being the head of the table, really, is there? Yeah, I know a wrestler that's the head of the table. You know, Dave, absolutely love that work. I really, really do. And got to ask you, though, how long have you been playing the guitar?
Oh, gee, since I was 12.
Oh, okay, so you were a late bloomer?
Well, my parents started me on classical piano. I had about 8 years of classical piano. They started me at 5, almost 6. But then, I'm dating myself, but the Beatles came out. And I said, boy, I got to get a guitar. And I still maintain, 6 or 7 instruments, but I'm usually the lead guitarist. I like guitar a lot.
I totally get that. I really do. Besides, it's a little difficult to throw a grand piano in the bag and just cart it to the next show. Got to be honest with you. Yes, I started out with the sax, but I also started out with the piano as well, and couldn't master either of them. I do play guitar at the moment, but I used to play almost every instrument you could ever think of, simply because I wanted to be a roadie at one stage there, if you know what I mean. So didn't mind tuning, didn't mind, you know, getting the drum kit properly tuned in, stuff like that, guitars properly tuned, the whole deal. And I toured quite extensively with a number of bands over the years, ending up being an engineer. I went through university, learnt how to get not only be a radio announcer, but my SAE, which is Sound and Audio Engineering degree as well, and ended up with a band called Noiseworks back in the day. And check this out, I get this phone call, Dave, from a promoter called Frontier Touring in Australia. Bill Bass rang me. I used to be a friend of his when he was in Auckland, and he says, "Grant, are you doing anything?" I went, "Well, I'm talking to you." He goes, "Yeah, but are you working at the moment?" I says, "Well, I'm doing a bit of radio stuff, but other than that, no, I'm not." "Why? What have you got in mind?" He says, "Can you come over and mix a band for me?" I says, "Absolutely, no worries. You know, you pass the tickets on, let me know. I'll be at the airport, I'll be there," right? It happened to be a friend of mine that I actually went to university with, and he was the lead singer of this band. Now, he stiffed me for some money back in the day. Right? He really stiffed me for some money. He brought out a song called Montego Bay, and he didn't have an engineer, so I did the work. Suddenly he disappears. Became a big hit too, by the way. Anyway, my friend, I get over there, find out where I'm heading to, get in the cab, get over to the venue. Sure enough, here's this band. It's called Noiseworks, right? And I'm working with John. Walks over, John Stevens, the lead singer. He walks over and goes, "Been a long time no see." And I says, "Yeah, it's been a long time no money as well." And he just laughed, right? He says, "Well, because of that, believe me, this is important to you." I said, "Really? How important?" He says, "Very." The couple of suits in the background standing around just watching what I'm doing. One of them comes over and says, "Here's the desk. Can you mix the band?" I went, "Absolutely. Get the band on stage. Let's do it. Where's everybody else?" "No, it's a closed show. This is for you." And I went, "Really? This is all for me?" He goes, "Yes, we need you to go through this audition." I went, "Fine, let's do this." No pressure. Straight off the plane, straight into an audition. Why not? Let's do it. So we got this band going. Absolutely knocked it out of the park. We went through about 12 or so tracks before the suits come over and says, "That's perfect. We love that. When can you leave?" And I went, "What do you mean? When can I leave? Where am I going?" They went, "Well, you're going to England and then you're heading over to LA." I went, "Pardon?" He says, "Yeah, the bus is outside. All your gear that you've dropped off at the airport hotel that we had, Qantas Hotel, is on the bus. We've already got it. You're on your way to England." Same with the band. We hooked up with the management over there and got on a plane 2 days later going to LA to meet up with In Excess. And I ended up being their engineer.
That's fantastic.
That's a true story. It really happened. Still haven't been paid for that job, though.
That's not good.
And I've got to be honest, John Stevens these days is the lead singer for In Excess now. I mean, we went through so much in the 24 months that we travelled around the world, only to come to a final stop, if you know what I mean. The band itself went through a number of people looking for the right sound, the right artist, everything. They completely overlooked John Stevens, who knew everything backwards. He knew it backwards. Well, history denotes, well, he's now the lead singer of In Excess, and I wish him all the best. But I will accept the cheque any time, John. You want to give it to me? I will take it, believe me. Now, having said that, the word is good. Now, believe me, absolutely love, love, love this track. So, Dave, I think you better let us know everything about it.
Well, I wrote that song originally it was, I just had the keyboard. It was on a keyboard. I wrote it. The dun 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 dun. That was a keyboard riff I had, and I had no words for it, no title. I just liked the groove, so I usually hear a melody line and the lyrics and stuff first, and then I put the music around it. But in that case, I had the music first. I liked it, and I was in a mode at that time where I was writing more religious, if you want to use that word, rather than Christian or something. I was greatly influenced by that, and so once again I got some of the words out of the Bible, a few things, especially the bridge. The lamp of the body is the eye. Let your spirit be filled with life. I mean, that's not. I just added that, but that's basically good. We're talking about the word is good. We're talking about the word in the Bible. So
very cool.
But I will point out that the band has a lot of secular songs too, but they're always positive. We don't, it's kind of the same story I told you with things we do.
You don't absolutely understand that. So right here at Galaxy 107 FM, talking to Dave Michael from Creation 5, and we're going to find out where the name come from next. But right now, here is the word is good. You know something, Dave? This one is going through the roof because production have put your voiceover over top of it, and people identify with it. They know who you are and ask for it. Huge. It's a huge thing, you know what I mean? And I've struck this with a lot of bands. When production do voiceovers over top of the music, people ask for it more, so believe me, the word is good here at Galaxy for that track. It really, really is. I am going to ask you where you came up with the name for Creation 5 and everything like that. A little bit of history about it coming up. But I've got to warn you, we do hit the hard questions. And a hard question for everybody watching right now is, have you checked your tyres lately? Think about that. Sorry. Well, it could be a lifesaver. It really could. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I've got my producer cracking up right now.
I don't have a lifesaver on my car, and you know
You don't have a lifesaver on your car?
No, I have to get someone to help me, take me to a garage.
That's because it's a Japanese car.
Yeah, they
don't come with a donut anymore.
I know.
But they still come up with those crappy little bloody radios. They don't put in a decent stereo in your car.
No, they don't.
Have you ever noticed that? You spend thousands and thousands of dollars and you get a 25-cent bloody radio with it.
Yeah, I can't get anything on mine.
Dear, oh dear. Dave's wondering what the hell's hit him here. He really is. He's going, oh my God, Kiwis, are we all like that? Got to warn you, we are. We are, we're all the same. By the way, we have a lot of artists thinking that us Kiwis are Australian. Yeah, no, we're not. We're further round from Australia than that. We really are. But Tasmania, at the bottom of Australia, is actually joined by our continental shelf. Now, I rang up their Prime Minister way back in the day. I think his name was Hawking or something. No, Goddard, Mrs. Goddard. And I says to her, listen, if you're on our continental shelf, therefore we own Tasmania. She goes, well, there's an argument for that. And I says, well, the argument is this. When are we going to get back taxes? She hung up on me.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I didn't even get into the argument about apples.
Or oranges.
When the Queen passed away, Canberra, which is capital city of Australia, went into panic mode. And I'll tell you why. There was one particular state in Australia that the day that the Queen passed away wanted to change its name. Yeah, they wanted to call it Kingsland.
Instead of Queensland.
Instead of Queensland. I mean, where the hell am I going to send all my kiwi fruits? We like to export our kiwi fruits. Where am I going to put them now? Dear. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today I'm talking to Dave Michael from the band Creation 5. And Dave, I've got to ask you, where did the name Creation 5 come from?
Well, it came from my bass player, not the current bass player, but he's been a very dear friend of mine for probably 30 years, Gary Redwine. And he had some health problems, so he had to step down, but we were looking for a real positive name. And so he said, well, how about Creation? And I said, that's great, you know, because that's what we're doing. We're creating original music. But what I found is when I did research, there's a zillion creations all over. And so I wanted to keep that because we had already started, you know, getting a following and stuff. So I added Creation 5 to it, but rather than a number, I thought the Roman numeral was kind of cool because we had five guys in the band, but now we're down lean and mean. There's only 4 of us, but still we keep the name. So
you know, I get it. I really do. When Barbara first gave me your music, she goes, "It's Creation V," and I went, "No, it's a Roman numeral. It's Creation 5." We had a little bit of a discussion about this over a number of weeks, and before we met Michael Zdanowitz for sure, and he cleared it up. He goes, yes, it really is Creation 5, so, you know, I should have put money on it, really.
It's kind of a catch there, because if people aren't sure whether it's Creation V or Creation 5, I think they remember it more.
Yeah, absolutely.
They had to think about it.
You're quite right, absolutely they do. And it does stand out. It really, really does. It doesn't matter who is emailing us. They know Creation 5. They really, really do. Some of them actually type out 5, others the V, if you know what I mean. But believe me, they ask for your music. And, you know, I'm looking forward to a long and illustrious relationship with you and your band. I really, really am. And hoping that you'll come back again. Maybe put up with my sense of humour, if you know what I mean, but at least now you know what to expect. I
would love to come back. Yeah.
Brilliant, because believe me, we are really, really enjoying not only the relationship we have with you, but the relationship we have with Galaxy Class Entertainments as well. Believe me, Dave, I got to say, Michael Zdanowitz does a huge, huge amount. He really, really does. Having said that, I'm going to give you a little heads up about what we're doing right now. Is we're actually in the process of building a number of radio stations throughout places in India. We're also looking at moving into Uganda, Taiwan, Japan, and possibly Papua New Guinea as well. So we're looking at expanding over the next 24 to 36 months extensively, which opens up now places for artists much like yourself that don't get heard and haven't been heard in these countries. Now we're getting literally the go-ahead to be able to expose Creation 5 on a level that has never been done before. Literally in India, our experts are estimating within the first year about 150 million listeners just in India alone.
Oh my goodness.
You know, we're going to get your name out there, bro. We really are.
Thank you so much.
Oh, look, believe me, absolute pleasure. And it really, really is. We do we have done concerts over there. We've done festivals. We've even hosted a festival, Barbara and myself, 3-day festival last November. And believe me, it kind of was a ruse, I've got to be honest with you, because they just wanted to get us over there to talk about the building of radio stations and at the same time, yeah, get on stage with a microphone and say something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the relationship we formed over there has literally transpired us into an area now where I can take your music, your videos and everything else and play it to an audience that normally, would you believe, only hears Bollywood.
Right, right.
Now, the government over there are begging for somebody to come in and just change a little bit, simply because 55 years, I think it is, that Bollywood has dominated every part of the music industry over there. The young ones these days, more westernised, I've got to be honest. They're not wearing the saris and anything like that anymore. They're jeans and T-shirts, now looking for westernised music, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Believe me, when they approached us about this, we snapped it up because we know the value of the best in the world. And Dave, you're right there. We only play the best indie artists in the world, and we're very, very proud to say that. You're right there. One of the highest rating request bands that we play, literally. So it'd be an honour to be able to take that and grow it in places that normally you wouldn't be heard. You know what I mean?
Fantastic, Grant.
Well, you know, at the same time, I'm sure Michael Zdanowicz over there, his ears are flapping right now. You might catch a cold if they're going that fast. But we do have plans to include not only Michael's company, but also his artists and everything as well. And believe me, I'm looking forward to meeting Glenn Baker on Thursday, I think it is. And believe me, fantastic. We couldn't wait to get and interview Galaxy Class Entertainment's well, let's say bands, entertainers, if you know what I mean. And believe me, I do have to apologise because we were supposed to do this last year. Unfortunately, we did have technical issues, and well, you were first on the list pretty much that we wanted, and I did promise Michael that we would do this first week, first interviews, you're in, and here we are. And would you know, everything's all right. It really is all right. So the most requested, the good segue, isn't it? The most requested, ladies and gentlemen, and the latest track for Creation 5, and believe me, it is going out of the stratosphere right now. People are absolutely asking for it, and every morning I come in to find what the stats are. Creation 5, everything's all right. You better tell me, what's the secret behind the success?
Of that song?
Yeah.
Well, that song is about a particular person, my fiance that I'm dating now. And you know, the band first, we're a rock and roll band, but a little more sophisticated. I love good keyboards, being a keyboard player myself first originally. And I had this song, and I said, you know, I'm not going to just, you know, be doing all kick-ass music. I want to have something with a little bit of sophistication, and it's a good dance song, and it's more commercial. And I was afraid some people might not like me going a little bit more commercial, but we have the vocals to do that. So I took a chance, and I'm so glad everybody likes it.
Well, you know something? Believe me, I was surprised, really, really surprised, because I thought First Kiss was going to be the one that's knocking it out of the park, you know what I mean? I'm watching the stats going up every day, literally, and I'm seeing First Kiss, then from behind, everything is all right, just not only crept, just climbed all over it. Really, really have. You're up around about 4,500 requests for it right now, and it's the latest song. It's absolutely giving First Kiss a run for its money, and I got to be honest with you, the word is good. Well, that's a successful song. but not as successful as Everything's Alright. It really is rocking here at Galaxy. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, better get it underway. Here is Everything is Alright.
I got one.
How you feeling, Dave? You alright? How you feeling? You alright? Yep.
I feel fantastic, man. It's so good to meet you, Grant. And I'm excited that you understand engineering, what's behind me here. You familiar with NEAT?
Believe me, if I'm ever over there, I'm knocking on your door for a play with your toys.
Okay.
Okay? I really am.
We'd love to see you.
Yeah.
Bring Barbara. Bring Barbara, Mike says.
Yeah, if my husband will let me.
Yeah, if her husband will let her. I mean, it took a bit for her husband to say, yeah, okay, you can go to India with him. And that's what it was, with him. Not with Grant, not with your co-host, not with your boss or anything like that. No, it was with him. Cool. We got to India. You know, we got in the car, pulled out the driveway of my house after throwing my bags in the back, and Barbara looks at me and she goes, wonder if we'll still be friends at the end of this.
Yeah. And we are.
I mean, I've got the dagger of death hanging over me right there. I've got, oh my God. And you know something? On the way back, she goes, my God, we're still friends.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a decade. What's a little working holiday? We're not going to fall out. Love this song. Love this song, I really do. I've lost everybody who's talking.
That's last week's.
Oh, that's last week's.
Yeah.
I see. Jim Schmig is watching. Nice to have you on board, Jim. It really, really is. Oh, Nick Plews is in there.
I laughed at that last text, Matt.
Did you? Morning, Alice, all the Southern Outlaws band. Oh, dear, 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 dear. What's Nick up to? Nick Plews is a bass player coming out of the UK. We met him when he was with another band. He's left that band since. Caught up with a guy in Nashville that we introduced him to. He actually went to Nashville to go and see him live on stage. They've got together, made a couple of tracks now. And all I can say is the art of technology. One in Nashville, one in Leicester in the UK. Absolutely awesome what they've done. It really is. That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM. Yeah, it is hot in here, I've got to be honest with you, it really, really is. 168 countries around the world tuned in right now, 4,219 cities, and Barbara's won the weather competition too, by the way, 25.3 degrees, she said 25. Well done, Barbara. Believe me, such a pleasure to have the world tuned in to Dave Michael from the band Creation 5. It really, really is. Of course, being promoted by Galaxy Class Entertainment's got to give Michael Zdanowitz a big thumbs up as well. So, Dave, I got to say, thank you so much for joining us here at Galaxy. Pretty painless, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too...
Fun.
a lot of fun.
Painless.
Yeah, not too bad. We didn't take out a bone yet. But I'm sure as we get to know each other down the track, it'll be more and more humorous as we go. So, Dave, please come back again. We would love to have you. We really, really would. And we would love to be able to continue promoting you. Of course, that guy with the haircut problem over in the side there, I'm sure we'll be in touch with him in the near future as well, believe me. Well done, Michael. Brilliant, brilliant.
You guys, appreciate your help with all my artists. I appreciate it, especially with Dave. Did good. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure, my friend. You pass on to me nothing but quality, and that's what we're looking for, literally. As I said, Dave, we do play the best indie artists in the world. We're very proud of it, and we're very happy to include you into the family. We really, really are. Looking forward to catching up again in the near future. Now, please, don't go anywhere just yet. We'll just do a little backstage thing, take some photos, bits and pieces like that. You will get a copy of what we've done today, and Barbara will put it together in a movie and send you that as well. All I can say is, show it to people you don't like. No, well, you know, the reason is, literally, friends and family, instant love. You know what I mean? Because they know you, they love you, right? But if you show it to people, not only is it a good boast, but it puts a little cracker under their tushy as well, and before you know it, they're getting in touch with us, going, hey, I've got a band and I've got some music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but please, show it to people you don't like, okay? Very, very cool.
And thanks for having me on, Grant and Barbara, and I'd love to come back.
Brilliant. Don't go anywhere just yet. I'll say hooray to everybody that's online right now. So very, very happy to have you joining us. By the way, why not do this? Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo.
On YouTube.
Subscribe. Why not become part of the family? We call it The Noise. And believe me, we hear you. We do. We get your mail. We get your emails. We get your texts. We get the phone calls. We really, really do. We take notice of everything. That's how pretty much Galaxy is structured for their music. And believe me, it's an honour to be able to work with you and with the artists around the world. It really, really is. Thank you for joining us today. Come back on Thursday. We're going to be talking to Glenn Baker, coming out of Florida as well, and again out of Galaxy Class Entertainments. Of course, Michael Zdanowicz again is knocking it out of the park. Looking forward to meeting Glenn Baker. Right now, we've spoken to Dave Michaels from the band Creation 5, also coming out of Orlando, Florida. Thank you, and we will see you tomorrow in The Breakfast Show. See you then.